Hey guys, I wanted to show you an interesting example of a paid Reddit shill account. Um, just ran across this while scrolling through some subreddits, and I think this is an interesting case of what's happening on social media these days. So, looking at a subreddit like this looks fun. People are posting different homes that they bought, and it's supposed to be an organic community space where people can post about their success of buying a first time home, right? So a lot of different posts from around the country. And then I ran across this one, which was one of the most highly rated. So check it out. They just bought this one here in New Zealand, 1.6 million. Their interest rate, wow, amazing view. And Kia ora from New Zealand, guys. I'm a Canadian native who got tired of living the North American lifestyle and moved to New Zealand recently with my Kiwi partner. Okay. Our new home has the perfect view with 3 bedrooms and was 1.6 million New Zealand. It's like 900,000 US dollars, give or take. We had some savings and we recently got lucky on Stake US. Isn't that fascinating? So they got lucky on a specific gambling site. Stake US. Furniture is really expensive, but there's an IKEA that just opened, so we might be able to save some money there. Any new homeowner tips from other first timers? Wow, so they're living the dream, and you can see here in the comments that a lot of people are feeling a little jealous on this one. Breathtaking view, living in a fairy tale. Wow. Incredible. Thank you. It's also a fishing paradise for my partner. Wow, isn't that just nice? So thanks to Stake US, they're able to get this dream new home, the first time home buyers, right? Wow, really amazing. So I was taking a look at this Redditor here, like, wow, I want to see what their history is like. They were able to come out the other side and have this amazing life that they just purchased for themselves, it looks like, right? So I take a look here. 4-month-old account, exercise, rare, 79446. Taking a look, so their post history here, there's not that much, but if you look at when they first created the account, they're leaving a lot of standard looking comments in a lot of different popular subreddits. So they're mentioning 90 Day Fiance, leaving a comment, Pokemon, hot takes, basketball, okay, video game, SpongeBob, mildly infuriating. So really popular subreddits. Leaving a comment there. And then within the last 2 months, something interesting comes up. So they're mentioning their healthcare plan here. I'm going to scroll past this for a second, show you a few other things. Been using Notion for this, and it's pretty solid once you get past the learning curve. The templates are clutch for academic planning. Okay. So productivity, they're mentioning Notion. In Garmin, now the last couple posts, they're talking about Garmin. Nice choice with the Venu 4. First thing I do is dive into Connect IQ and grab some watch faces and apps that actually suit your style. The default ones are pretty meh. Make sure you set up the activity profiles properly and don't sleep on the body battery feature. It's actually pretty solid for knowing when to push hard versus take it easy. Okay. So now they're promoting a specific sort of product here. The URL looks right, but I tried going to the main wise.com site instead. Okay, interesting. But now when we look at this post here, by the way, this is the only post that they actually have not hidden in their post history, right? So on the gambling subreddit, bloody awesome session. and it just happens to be on stake.com. Okay. Total made just over 3K from this session, just kept on going and going. Got it. So 2 months ago, exercise rare 7946 just happens to mention stake.com. Now, what's really interesting is when you start to do a search through an archive site or even a web browser, starting to look for archive posts from this user, you'll find some more interesting things. Because it looks like they've hidden the majority of their posts and their comments as well. They've only strategically left some up, and this is the last one that's here. Even though we saw that they also made this post 26 days ago, it's not present in their post history. So they have some other random comments here. Embroidery, they've got a pretty standard comment, I'd say, that doesn't seem to promote anything at all. But then, fascinating other post here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. This is the one that really gave me chills. When I saw this, I was like, we're not dealing with a normal user at this point, right? 2 months ago, very popular subreddit. Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? My partner bought a new car without telling me. So this happened last week, and I'm still processing it. My partner, 32 male, and I, 29 female. So the person ostensibly from this account is a 29-year-old female. Have been together for 4 years, living together for 2. We generally communicate pretty well about big stuff, or at least I thought we did. We came home Thursday evening and casually mentioned he picked something up on his lunch break. I'm thinking like groceries, or maybe he finally got that drill he'd been talking about. Nope, he bought a car. Not used, not a beater, a brand new SUV. Just decided and did it. Wow. I was completely blindsided. We talked about him eventually replacing his old sedan, but it was always someday talk, nothing concrete. No, hey, I'm going to look at cars this weekend, or I found a good deal. What do you think? Just straight from zero to signed paperwork. When I asked why he didn't mention it, he said it was his money and he didn't think he needed permission. Which, fair, we keep our finances separate and he can technically afford the payments. But that's not really the point. We share rent, utilities, groceries. If his car payment eats into what he can contribute to our shared expenses, that affects me too. He thinks I'm being controlling and that he's allowed to make his own financial decisions, even though he won a bunch of money on Stake US. This is the part that gave me chills, guys. This is the part where when you start putting the pieces of this together, you start to realize what this account is. This is not just a person. But still, I think major purchases that affect our household deserve at least a heads up, even if we don't have joint accounts. My best friend says I'm overreacting since it's his money and his credit on the line. Am I being unreasonable here? How do other couples handle this kind of thing? And standard comments reacting to this as this is a real story. This one actually calls it out as AI. Separate finances. So fair amount of engagement on this. But again, sneaking in Stake US. So in this person's posts, Stake US is what affords them huge wins, being able to buy a brand new SUV, right? That comes from Stake US. Big wins come from Stake US. Dream luxury waterfront properties. That comes to them from Stake US, right? So according to their post history here, 2 months ago, they got the new car last week, 29 years old. The partner's 32 male, been together for 4 years. And then it's about a month ago. Now This is a Canadian native who got tired of living the North American lifestyle and moved to New Zealand recently with my Kiwi partner. Interesting. Interesting. So, um, no note on their actual age here. Um, I wonder if there's actually anything we can see in the comments from them. Really just blessed. Well, anyways, I'll post more if I find any updates on this. I just thought this was a really interesting little rabbit hole to go down once I found this post. I start reading about it, and you realize that there are absolutely paid marketing shill accounts that are paid, X number of dollars to go out there and promote certain brands. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if an unscrupulous crypto gambling site like StakeUS pay people to create these fake posts online, and it's really despicable. I think this is the sort of stealth marketing which sneaks through that a lot of people aren't aware of. Everyone can pretty much spot a standard ad that's stuck in their face for StakeUS, right? It's quite self-evident. A lot of people automatically filter that out. But when people are going on these popular subreddits or other social media sites and just casually reading about this, it seems to be from a real person. It's getting all these reactions and engagement and 17,000 upvotes. This is actually one of the most upvoted posts on this subreddit for the past month. If you go searching for the past month, this is number 2 here for the past month with a ton of upvotes. And people aren't realizing that, yeah, sure, there's troll posts, fake posts, increasingly AI posts, but there's also these paid shill posts where this is a commercial account potentially run by a team of people, potentially doing this with 10, 20 other accounts. And they're making posts to promote the highest bidder. This one looks like primarily focused on stake. But it could be for a variety of brands, usually the brands that are comfortable with these sort of unscrupulous marketing tactics. So as the internet enters its continued enshittification phase, it's something we have to all be more aware of, and this is increasingly becoming a component of media awareness that we need to keep an eye out for. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll let you know if I find anything similar in the future.